Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2016, the Unemployment Challenge, and we're now going into the 2 months of February and March and see where we are at the end of March. The first game of February we were facing off against Blackpool and we only took the lead in the 56th minute of the game when John Howe managed to score the opening goal of the game after getting it in the end of Mattos' cross. It was the only goal of the game and we were very happy to secure the points, especially since Blackpool, who despite being bottom of the table at the time, were actually pushing us to our limits, and we were very lucky to even get all 3 points. Our next game was at home to Newport County, who we had beaten 2-1 after being 1-0 down before, so when we took the lead after the Silva Lopez's cross came off Baker to go into the back of the net, it was just before the end of the first half that we managed to go 2-0 up. Collins' cross found Silva Lopez, he was shot with Sebatona, and Howe scored his second in 2 matches. But it wasn't all plain sailing. Newport were given a lifeline when Marsh's cross found Green and he found the back of the net to make it 2-1 for his 13th of the season. It wasn't enough to stop them from losing the match and we got another 3 points. Our next game was away from home against Wigan Athletic and I was desperate to get at least a point against them after they beat us last time, so when Booty gave us the lead inside the 30th minute of the game I was absolutely thrilled. But we weren't able to keep hold of the lead in the first half. Chris Martin scoring from the corner in the 45th minute of the game for his 10th of the season gave Wigan the equalising goal and a share of the spoils after no one could get the winning goal. Admittedly, Wigan were probably the better team, but we managed to survive and get another point. I was delighted to have actually got a point against Wigan of all teams. Our next match was at home to Chesterfield, and we don't have a very good record against Chesterfield. They beat us last time out, so when Curtis Main scored in the 17th minute of the game, I was thinking, oh god, not again. But just 7 minutes later, we got an equaliser. Booty played this in, and the Silva Lopez managed to score that effort. I don't know how he's able to control that, because it looked like he'd been tackled, but he did, and that was a goal. It was really late on that we had to wait until the second goal came in. Summerfield found Pollock, and Pollock scored to make it 2-1 for the 83rd minute of the game with his 3rd of the season. And just a minute later, they had just kicked off. We found ourselves going 3-1 up. Marius found Booty, and I don't know how Booty has managed to get that in. I really don't. But that's a very good goal. And we managed to get our first win against Chesterfield in over a year. We lost our last 2 matches against them, so the win was actually a nice change of pace. Our next match was away from home against Birmingham City, and I was hoping to get another win. So when Silva Lopez gave us the inside the 24th minute of the game, I was happy. But just 6 minutes later, we found ourselves kissing an equaliser. Sordell found Price, he found Forso, and Forso managed to make it 1-1 with his 30th of the season in the 30th minute of the game. However, we conceded a goal. They scored to make it 2-1 from that free kick. Mavadidi, I think is how you say his name. I probably butchered that, but he got the goal that gave us, that put them 2-1 up. And Ismail was the man who scored the last goal of the game. Just 4 minutes later, Tomlin finding him, and Ismail, who just come off from the bench, managed to make it 3-1 with his 9th of the season. Our next match was at home to Bradford City, and we went behind inside 2 minutes. Long cross found Meredith, and he was not going to miss that opportunity for his 2nd of the season. But then, looking for a saviour, we got Booty. His first shot hit the post, but he followed up on the rebound to make it 1-0 in the 60th minute of the game to get his 8th of the season. And in the 81st minute of the game, he managed to make it 2-1. Ganston found Norwood, and Booty scored that effort for his 2nd of the game. And just a minute later, this is becoming a repeating trend for Booty, he managed to get his hat-trick. Howe finding him, Booty finding the bottom corner, or top corner, and that completed his hat-trick after he single-handedly got us the win against Bradford City. The next game was the first game of March and we were away from home against Exeter City. And Williams scored the opening goal of the game after Summerfield passed it to him. Williams' 3rd goal of the season. 30 minutes later, in the 86th minute of the game, we managed to make it 2-1. Summerfield found Robinson found Pollock, and Pollock scored his 4th of the season and made sure we were going to win the match. But Exeter City did get a goal back. Naby scored in the 89th minute of the game to get a goal back, but it wasn't enough to stop there. 6 match unbeaten run coming to an end. Our next match was at home to Middlesbrough, and they're coming here looking for revenge, and they almost got it when McCullum scored the first goal of the game in the 53rd minute of the game of his 30th of the season. But that man again, Wigan Booty, scored in the 84th minute of the game to make sure we came back with a share of the spoils, his 11th of the season. Not a bad time to get it. Our next match was away from home against Fleetwood Town, and Gallagher scored the opening goal of the game inside the 26th minute to give Fleetwood the lead. But we managed to get a goal back. Hewitt, free kick was cleared away, and Wallace, I thought Wallace had taken the shot and scored, but it turns out Moore had tackled him from behind and scored an own goal. But just a minute later, we managed to concede a goal. Gallagher Vancata La Piedra, I think that's how you say his name, scored to make it 2-1 and to give Fleetwood all 3 points. Our next match was at home to Cardiff City, and we just didn't do well. Andre Gray, scored the only goal of the game inside the 42nd minute of the game, and despite having all the chance in the world, we didn't do ourselves justice and get a share of the spoils. We've been beaten at home, we've been beaten in the second league game in a row, and I had to go to my team and say, look, we're not doing well. 3 games without a win is not good for what we want to achieve now. Please, can you try to do better? Still, first game after I told them off for being rubbish, we were facing against Oxford at their ground, and Joe Williams scored the opening goal of the game inside the 2nd minute, his 4th of the season. And it was in the 40th minute that we managed to make it 2-0. Mattock played to Booty, he found Summerfield, and Summerfield, who had been on a 10-game drought, scored to end his drought. Darren Dawson has done quite well for himself, so when he scored to make it 2-1 in the 40th minute of the game, I wasn't too surprised. It's his 6th goal in 8 matches or something. But we managed to make it 3-1. Summerfield was the man who scored, but it was only after Williams found him. Though I do question whether the keeper should have done better there or not. This is quite funny. This player, Beardsley, was sent off for 2 bookings in 2 minutes. It was a rather embarrassing situation, and it costs Oxford a chance to get a share of the spoils, even if they weren't even going to get anything out of it regardless. No, our last match of March was at home to Cambridge United, and we found ourselves going 1-0 up inside the 41st second of the game. First minute in, 1-0. Booty's 12th of the season. And it was in the 19th minute that we managed to make it 2-0. Lucas found Wallace, and Wallace played it across the Summerfield, who wasn't going to miss a chance to tap in from there. Just 4 minutes later, it was free. 28 minutes, and Macclesfield doing themselves justice. Wallace scored that header to get his 12th goal of the season. And it was just 7 minutes later that it was 4. Though you have to say it was rather unfortunate for the person involved. Malvis has played it in, and McKay somehow turned out his own net. How disappointing for him, but it was the last goal of the game. And I'm rather disappointed that we didn't get more, to be completely honest, because I felt, okay, we've got 4 in 30 minutes, can we make it 5 or 6 or 7? No, apparently we're just very happy with the result and just decided to sit back and do what we want. So, after March, we're top of the table. I'm going to get a few accusations thrown my way, saying you're cheating, how could you be top after just being promoted? I'm certain that's going to be happening at some point, but I don't want to be top. I don't even want to be promoted, to be completely honest with you. But with 6 games left, I have no choice. I don't think I have any other obligations but to try and get promotions. Try and get promoted now automatically. We are only 2 points clear of Burton Albion, who are in 3rd place, who we actually drew against twice, now I think of it. But if I don't end up getting promoted automatically and not finishing the playoffs, which is quite likely since we are 11 points clear of Birmingham City with 6 games to go, I will do a live playoffs session. It'll be the same video as the last 6 league games, so I don't know how that's going to work out, but I don't want to be going through the playoffs, and I'm not sure if I really want to be promoted, but at this point, one of the two is going to happen, because I can't see myself losing 6 games in a row and being happy with that, especially after doing so well in the first 40 games. Admittedly, I've figured out I have a very bad record where I seem to lose 9 games every season I get promoted or something silly, but hopefully we can get promoted again, potentially, and go up to the Championship with Macclesfield after 4 seasons. Could you imagine that? But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. We've got Gillingham next, my local team, and I don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, hope that you have enjoyed this video. Hope you like and favourite this video. It would really help me a lot. And until next time, goodbye and, well, good night.